your Beatles monk here.
Good morning. Welcome to the Talk Shop in Studio 255 at the Laramie Plains Civic Center. I'm Eric Henderson, host of the Talk Shop, bringing you this morning in partnership with Range Community Insurance, Insurance Insights. Today's topic, how do events like the LA fires impact insurance premiums and policies in Wyoming? With us today, Robert. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, Eric.
It's good to have you. And in segment 2 here, how do events like the LA fires impact Wyoming?
Yeah, there's a ripple effect.
Major disasters.
Major disasters. I would say that, large national carriers have these obviously coast-to-coast exposures to these catastrophic events. We're in a position, fortunately, where we have some regional carriers that don't have exposures in the southeast to hurricanes, that don't have, the exposure to the West Coast to wildfires. We do have products and carriers that are more regional. That's not to say that they don't potentially have losses when it comes to weather events, especially wind hail events. But having those regional, and we have those regional partners and national partners. So as an independent agent, we have the ability to see what the marketplace is doing and what carriers are competitive on rate, and then potentially shop it around for existing customers and new customers.
What should Wyoming residents be aware of in terms of their own coverage after such major catastrophes?
I think it's important to take a look at your policy, to see what you're paying your hard-earned money for, and to see what your coverage looks like. Here in Wyoming, the most prevalent type of exposure that we have are those weather events, wind hail, like we had a couple summers ago, where you have these really large hail storms with golf ball size and larger hail that can impact your roof. And there's different types of coverage on roof, and some people don't know exactly what they've purchased with regard to actual cash value coverage versus replacement cost value coverage. That's a very important distinction to find out what is your policy covering in cases of a fire or a weather event.
How often do you recommend that type of review, Robert?
I think it's important, to take a look at your policy on an annual basis. Sometimes carriers' underwriting appetite changes. I have a list here, with some of our carrier partners saying that we're increasing our wind hail deductible up to 1% in Wyoming. We're increasing our minimum wind hail deductible to $5,000 in Wyoming. Those just are two carrier partners that we have. So this stuff changes very frequently. So I think it's important to do an annual review and have an expert take a look and provide some advice.
Range Community Insurance, our guest today on the Talk Shop, presenting Insurance Insights. Robert, where can your organization be found? Where's your business located?
We are right next to the Verizon store and across from BMO Bank, 225 East Garfield, right off of 3rd, where all the construction's going on.
And tell us about your team and in your office at Range Community Insurance.
Yeah, we've grown in just over the past year. I made it out of my basement about a year ago, and now there's 4 of us. So we've embraced this community. The community's embraced us, and we'll continue to grow. And we have a personal lines individual, Chris Downs, who heads up our homeowners and auto insurance for folks. We have a customer service rep, Jordan Lemus, who's going to take care of people on the service side. And then my wife, Jerica Becken, she is the owner, and also she wears a lot of hats: CFO, marketing, life and health. So she does a lot.
Well, I want to thank you directly on behalf of the Talk Shop and Trunk or Treat Laramie, my first exposure to you and your business, your team, as you guys participated as trunkers October 31st each year. But this was a dynamite event. More than 1,600 youngsters trafficking the Trail of Treats in October, and Range Community Insurance part of the fun.
Well,
Appreciate your involvement.
We had such a great time, and our girls were there, and they were handing out candy. It was awesome.
Matching shirts
Yes.
with the team, with matching shirts, young and old alike, doing that. We talked off air about reinsurance. Could you explain to our listeners the role of reinsurance in major disaster situations?
Yeah, so there's almost like a secondary marketplace where insurance carriers purchase insurance themselves and try to mitigate and spread risk. So the reinsurance market is where a company like Travelers will go to try to spread the risk and offload some of the risk. There's not a lot
Diversify,
of
really.
diversify. So when you have these large catastrophic, 10, 20, 30, $50 billion type events, the reinsurance marketplace tightens up a little bit, and carriers, those large national carriers, they don't have the capability of offloading that risk. And there are higher rates for them as well, which they then pass on to the consumer.
You're involved in historic downtown Laramie events. In February, Winterfest, just the Winter Festival in the depot area and throughout downtown happening. You guys are involved. You enjoy that aspect, don't you?
We do. We moved back here after living in Oregon for just over 5 years when we decided to have kids, and we just feel really lucky to live where we live in this community, and we want to be involved. It's fun, and it's nice to give back.
Your wife, in her first visit here just 2 months ago now, shared her love of nonprofits and those organizations. So it's not surprising to me you guys would have interest and involvement in so many activities year round. 15 months, congratulations to your business in that time period. You've done so much for Laramie.
Oh, thank you, Eric. Thank you for having us, and we appreciate the partnership, both with you and all of our other nonprofit and business partners here in town.
We're enjoying Insurance Insights, brought to you, presented by Range Community Insurance, on the Talk Shop in Studio 255 at the Laramie Plains Civic Center. Should you like to submit a question or a topic for consideration, please don't hesitate. Email radioworks@mail.com. That's radioworks@mail.com. That email joined by our phone number, 307-460-3087. And Robert, how do you best reach Range Community Insurance?
You can go to our website at www.rangecommunityinsurance.com. Feel free to walk in if you're downtown and come visit us. Just beware, we've got a doodle who loves everyone, as well as give us a call, 307-292-1686.
We're doing Insurance Insights with Range Community Insurance on the final Wednesday each month, now through December 2025. And we appreciate you listening to the Talk Shop.